It's legacy media versus digital media. And I think what we're seeing is a rebalancing of where eyeballs and attention is going.
Deborah Norville, longtime anchor of Inside Edition, shares a thought-provoking presentation on changes in the media during the Civic Association's second Signature Series program.
The Palm Beach Civic Association brings you Palm Beach TV, the island's only newscast, sponsored by the Fortin Foundation of Florida. Now, the news.
Welcome to Palm Beach TV. I'm Sally Lewis. Veteran broadcaster Deborah Norville shared her insight into the shift from traditional broadcasting to digital media and the importance of credibility in today's reporting. With a dizzying array of sources for news and information before consumers today, Norville tackled a difficult topic, but one she knows well: how to make sense of the changing media landscape.
This year in 2025, more people are tuning into social media, Twitter or X it is now, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky. More people are on social media channels than are watching television. And so the result of that is, in the same way that the ad dollars for newspapers went to Craigslist and the online marketplace websites, in television, and whether it's cable television or really more importantly in legacy broadcast television, you're seeing the ad dollars shrink because the audience is smaller.
The discussion was moderated by Civic Association Chairman and CEO Michael Pasillo.
Now, where do people go for news they trust? Now, clearly, people are going to different sources. They're not watching the evening news, but they are getting their news somewhere.
That somewhere is a podcast. Every week, about 100 million Americans are listening to at least one podcast where topics are explored more in depth and on the listener or viewer's own schedule.
If you're a podcaster, you're new to the game. You've got to work for the relationship. You've got to be authentic. You have to interact with the followers when they respond to you on your social platforms. And there is a perception of integrity amongst podcast audiences to their hosts that we don't see in the research with the traditional network journalists or even the traditional newspaper journalists, with the big national papers. So I think all those things combined is why we're seeing the audience more engaged on the digital side than we historically have seen on the broadcast side.
Norville, a Civic Association director, emphasized the important role local news serves in creating community awareness in ways that broader media can't replicate.
The Medill School of Journalism at Northwestern University has identified, I believe it's 292 counties in America, which they have declared news deserts. And the definition of that is, if they had a local newspaper, it's declined in circulation or declined in frequency. It's maybe gone from a daily to a weekly, or from a weekly to a monthly, or from a weekly to an online, not even printed anymore. And the result of that means the local audience in those communities are not getting local reporting. And that's one of the reasons I'm so thrilled that the Palm Beach Civic Association does sponsor PBTV and does have a really robust effort to make sure that all of us in this room and all of us in our community are informed about what's going on with the barge and the bridge openings and the traffic situation and how council is trying to alleviate some of these things. We are better informed because of that effort and because we have a great local newspaper too that covers these things.
Before joining Inside Edition in 1995, Norville served as an anchor and correspondent for CBS News, and before that as a co-host of NBC's Today. She referenced the old saying, "An educated consumer is your best customer when it comes to trusting the source of information."
I think you got to do your own research. I think that bumper sticker is really good words to live by. Be skeptical. Just because ABC News reports it, and I have full trust in ABC News, but if it doesn't make sense to you, because we have so many accessible ways to do our own research, thanks to artificial intelligence, don't be afraid to look it up for yourself. If it mattered enough to you that you kind of went, then take that extra 30 seconds. It will take you longer to type in the query than it will for the bot to give you the response.
Next generation high school students from the Dreyfus School of the Arts made up a vital part of the audience.
I learned so much, especially about kind of the realignment of media and journalism as well, and how everything's kind of becoming digitized.
When it comes to broadcasts, people don't turn on the news. They don't watch it. They look at their phone, they see the headlines, and they don't even read the article. They just stop at the headlines. So I find it so interesting that we don't know as much as we could know if we were all to turn on the 5 o'clock news or our local news.
The luncheon was sponsored by Northern Trust.
I am not just a sponsor of this event today, but rather a member of the Civic Association, and more importantly, a member of the community. So those all line up for me.
You're invited to join us for the Civic Association's annual Community Service Award breakfast when the 2025 William J. Bilbrooks Community Service Award for Outstanding Service will be presented to John Scarpa, the Palm Beach Police and Fire Foundation's chairman and co-founder, and Tim Moran, the vice chairman and co-founder of the organization. NBC News chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel is the keynote speaker at the breakfast, which will be held on Monday, February 10th at 9 a.m. Individual tickets for the breakfast start at $200 for Palm Beach Civic Association members and $300 for non-members. VIP packages are available for the meet and greet with Richard Engel beginning at 8:15 a.m. Call 561-655-0820 or go online at palmbeachcivic.org/events to purchase tickets. And that wraps up Palm Beach TV. Stay up to date with the island's only newscast at palmbeachcivic.org and through our social media. Until next time, thank you for watching.
Palm Beach TV is a production of the Palm Beach Civic Association. We thank our sponsor, the Fortin Foundation of Florida, and encourage you to let us know how we can further provide news coverage that best serves our members and residents.